Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Mania Trinidad, and welcome back to Fallout 4 Survival Mode. Last time, well, I think you can see what we bloody did last time, which is we fought our way south, past Corvega, and arguably, more importantly, we indeed made our way here. And after a couple of failed attempts, because bloody hell, it's being swarmed by ferals pretty bloody difficult on survival mode, we actually managed to survive long enough to actually help out and join up with the Brotherhood. Well, agree to help out the Brotherhood. We haven't actually joined up with them just yet. No, indeed, we have not. So today we're actually going to help out Paladin Dance, head over to Arcjet Systems because there's more than a few things in there that I want to get my hands on, and then we shall see where we end up next. Except this is where survival mode kicks in with some of its harsh decision making, which is, while we are here right now, on account of the looting we've done in Corvega and all sorts of other places, we're pretty close to full capacity at the moment in terms of the actual weight that we can carry. So I don't need to make a choice. Just I could make a fairly long trip back to home to drop things off before we do this, or I could just push on as we are, or make some sacrifices as to what we're actually going to leave behind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave here in the Cambridge police station a nice cache of loot that I can come back and pick up later. Now what I'm leaving behind is useful stuff, but I can do without it and I can definitely come back and grab it later. Now, I'm guessing that... Oh, yes, he's going to do his little badass putting the helmet on animation. I'm guessing that Paladin Dance should be able to handle most of the trouble by himself. In my experience, Paladin Dance can easily handle all of this without any trouble whatsoever. Let's just grab a quick hour's sleep before we set out and be on our way. So, obviously, we're now following Dance over to Arcjet Systems. Honestly, I don't expect to run into anything that he cannot handle. We'll just be kind of heading along the very outskirts of this here path. We will run into some raiders, and then after that, yeah, just some dogs on the road. But honestly, it's the sort of thing where, ooh, what happened here? A withered feral? Ooh, blimey, I feel bad for you lot. I think Paladin Dance is filling me in on the history of the Brotherhood here, but I'm a little bit busy at the moment. Apparently, yeah, there was a little kind of clash between some ferals and just some guys here. So, alright, we can definitely kind of clear these guys out. Sorry, I was distracted for a second there. Yeah, I get the feeling with his power armor and his laser rifle, he'll be able to take care of the raiders that we'll run into very, very easily indeed. I really don't think we need to worry about that. Okay, she's dead. He's just going to keep moving in. Wasn't vaporized. I just shot them with him. Yeah, okay, he's got loads of health at the moment. Though he's not that dangerous. Look, I know there's more in there. I know there's more in there. If they're pretending to be dead, they're lying. Wait. What killed these guys? These weren't dead a minute ago. I saw them run. And these guys, it's like in New Vegas. It's like in New Vegas with nothing but a hound dog. These guys are just playing at being dead, I'm telling you. But yeah, Arcjet Systems itself only has a few fights in it, and to be honest, I'm pretty sure Paladin Dance can handle all of them himself. We haven't really... Have we actually run into any synths so far in this playthrough? I don't think we have. In my experience, just in no guns on the old survival difficulty, synths tend to be, to my mind, pretty darn squishy. So I'm not so desperately worried about them, but we'll see. Maybe they'll be a lot more difficult to deal with on... It's just a bloatfly. Actually, you know what? Never say just a bloatfly. Bloatflies flipping made me sick last time. And here we go. Wild mongrels. Just quickly take these lads out. Nothing too dangerous here. Yeah, Paladin Dance easily handling this. And these are 2 mongrel meats each. Very, very nice. Yeah, as I suspected, once we actually dealt with the problem of the ghouls, actually getting past the ghouls outside Cambridge Police Station, that was going to be the nasty part. I strongly suspect once we're actually getting into Arcjet itself, I actually think it will be much, much easier inside.
There shouldn't be any exterior security, so we'll head in through the front.
You could head in through the front, or we could just look around the back for the Skyrim door. I'm telling you, there's always a Skyrim door. So, why are we actually here at Arcjet Systems? Well, first up, it's a pretty damn easy quest, all things considered. Paladin Dance can more or less handle it by himself. Secondly, excellent source of fusion cells, because all the enemies here will actually be using fusion cell-related weapons, which is very, very useful. Fusion cells obviously power some of the most powerful weapons I can actually get in the early game. And finally, of course, this is an excellent place to farm some of the less common components of the early game, such as, for example, things like, power relay coils, military-grade circuit boards, all that good stuff. So this is where things get a bit more real. We've got an advanced terminal here, but as I'm not ready to take that on yet, Lava Systems terminal, automated password change, and that lets me open this straight away. As soon as we've used this to open the door, everything's about to get a little bit more real. Alright, gun out, grenade, in goes the grenade. That will take care of these lads very, very easily. Beautiful. Grenades, utterly, yeah. Throwables are they just destroy everything in this mode. Oh, wow. Okay, you're a little tougher than I was expecting. Dance, I think you can handle this by yourself, however. So, he does like charging forwards. I'd say, bloody let him. Just bloody let him. Yeah, fusion cells. I'll get myself 1 institute pistol. I'll have a little look at that, see how I feel about that later. Damn. Oof. Ah. I should probably be helping. Is he doing alright? I think he's doing okay. Something's directly above him. No, I think, yeah, you see, he can just do it all by himself. You really don't need to be here. I think there's one synth up this side. No, he's already killed him. Oh, sent him flying too. Yeah, he handles this very well by himself. You don't need to be here at all.
Remain vigilant. We've got turrets ahead.
Good luck about that, by the way. I'm really quite interested in this story as to whether Codsworth might become king of the world. Oh, yeah. He's destroying these very, very easily. I feel like we do not need to be worried about helping out in the slightest. Okay, and with that, we're already past the first section. I basically haven't needed to get involved yet, just as I was planning. Once again, we can head straight downstairs because there are going to be no enemies in this area until there's kind of the predefined event that actually causes them to spawn in. So that's not a problem in the slightest. Now, this area is interesting to me. I'm going to have to do this in a little... Well, I don't have to do this in a risky way. I could do this the very sensible way. But no, I've got a better, stupider idea. So, terminal at the back here. Facilities terminal. This might actually be the terminal because I think you have to and there's no password. This might be the terminal to teach you how terminals work in case you've been avoiding them so far. Because I think you can get into the fusion core. Yeah, you can get into the fusion core in the Museum of Freedom just by lockpicking, if I recall correctly. So, start the auxiliary generators past here. Lovely. Power's been restored. Something and something something. All very, very good. And indeed, now, all of a sudden, all the synths in the world decide to roll in. Paladin Dance can hold his own, but not that well. So obviously we want to just be quietly turning this off. Now, you can, of course, turn on the thing to just fry them all. But if you do that, you've got a small problem. Which is, oh! They were tougher than I was expecting. Okay, so valuable harsh lesson learnt. What I was going to say was, of course, hey, you could be super badass and you could, you know, just throw grenades in and take out the synths because loads of them keep spawning. Not forever, but quite a few of them do. What I'm going to say instead is, how about we just lock this door and we press this button and we safely destroy all of the synths forever? You know what? I think we're going to do that instead because that's far, far safer. Because though Paladin Dance can definitely hold his own, he'll kill quite a few of them before the rocket fires, and then the rocket firing will end the thing. You can, as I've demonstrated in No Guns, just basically, if you just keep killing these guys long enough, this little set piece finishes on its own. But I've just decided, yeah, in this particular occasion, you know what? I'm just going to fire the rocket because you get utterly destroyed by some of the toughest synths. If there's a couple of Striders mixed in there, they will annihilate you if you're not wearing power armor. So let's not bother doing that. And I've kind of set Paladin Dance on fire, which is a shame, but never mind. So I'm supposed to be checking out how Dance is doing. I could do that, or I could just mop up every single fusion cell, because fusion cells, as I say, are powering some of the most powerful weapons in the game. So we'll be wanting to carry as many of those as we can. Right, I think that is... No, one more. I think that's probably all of them. Lovely. You'd think the heat from the rocket firing would have, like, melted the doors permanently sealed or something, but never mind. Let's be on our way. So, over there in that control room, the last of the synths. Obviously, I'll be letting Paladin Dance take the lead on that. Alright, here comes Dance. Nice. I don't think we're alone. No, I don't think so either, because you can bloody see the bastards through the window. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let him go in. I will support by shooting anyone that charges him, because a couple of them will charge in with shock batons. I'll take out those ones. And none of the others. There you go, you see? You see, look how I'm going to help with this guy right here. Miss. Keep trying. You can do this, Bear. I believe in ya. Oh, flip. Don't get hit, though. Any more? Any more decide they're going to come round? Ooh, he's charging in, and he's got one more. There you go. Go for it. Nice. Not very... Shotguns. Shotguns are terrible at long range. Shouldn't have done that. Never mind. Still in danger mind. And I think that is your lot. Nice. See, super easy quest, assuming you're not stupid like I was. Deep range transmitter. Nice, got that. Some fusion cells. Don't need an institute rifle. Do not need an institute rifle at all. For reasons that will become even more obvious very soon indeed. Oh, and straight into another... I'm telling you, radiation storm's chance of occurring has gone up massively in survival mode. I've had so many rad storms. Way more than normal. That's ridiculous. Alright, Dans. Let me just... Before we chat, actually... We might both want to... Actually, no, you're on bloody power armor. Of course, you don't bloody care. Right, hello.
May it serve you well in battle.
And here is my reward. Right start. Ooh, it only weighs 5.5. That's lighter than I was expecting, and magnificent news too. So Rights Authority is effectively a lucky laser rifle. It's the legendary drop lucky laser rifle. It is good. It is really, 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 really bloody good, and I am thrilled to have it, in fact.
You could join the Brotherhood of Steel and make your mark on the world.
You know what? Why not? I've listened to the Railroad propaganda about the Institute and about the Brotherhood. Let's hear the Brotherhood propaganda about those lot too. Call to arms completed, and a nice big pile of experience. That there was me taking sporadic damage from the fact I'm currently over-encumbered. Excellent. Now it is time, I would say, to make my trip back up north and have a nice chat with everyone over in that direction. I've got quite a few little quests and bits and pieces to sort out. Okay, trouble on the road up ahead as I'm trying to head back north, and obviously I don't want to run into trouble right now. Because if I run into trouble right now, then yeah, I get sent back a long way. So we're going this other way round instead. We're now heading off into the countryside. This is a good idea. Currently rather uncomfortably stuck in a danger state because of the flipping radstag does nearby, keeping me that way. Don't like this one flipping bit. But we're close by to Walden Pond. I think that's Gorski cabin in front of me. If I can get there, that's just a wild mongrel over there. If I can get there, I know where I am, and I'm pretty sure I'm back on the road that leads me back into safe territory. This is... That's a super mutant! That's a super mutant. No, that wasn't Gorski cabin at all. I'm way too far south for that. Bloody hell. Wait, hang on. This train here, this is the train I passed earlier, taking me past the diner. That would do. That would do just bloody fine if we could just sneak our way, yeah, back up the diner. That'll take me back up the road, back to Concord. Absolutely everything would be a-okay. Avoid the super mutant house. I don't know what's going on with the super mutant house, but apparently there's a super mutant house there. Alright, hidden, and we're on a road I've passed by previously. Suddenly life is feeling much more happy. I'll be a little bit careful. Are there always super mutants in that house? I don't think I've ever noticed them before. Fine. Trash can Carla, excellent. Don't think I've got anything to sell to her, however. Move straight on. On to Concord itself. Ah. Concord should be safe. Should be no raiders in Concord. Their respawn rates are very, very low. No, we're safe. Museum of Freedom, nothing here. Life is good. Passing through Concord, just dropped to save at that house over there. May as well check what the random event down here is. Random settler. All on his own? Yeah, there's all sorts of random events that can just happen at this little campsite next to Concord. One settler on his own. What's that one? May as well check. I'm not sure what this one is. Hello, who are you?
I think I ate a bad can of meat. It's got my guts all in a twist. Here, have the rest of it. I'm never touching the stuff again as long as I live. Assuming I live through the day.
You really sold that free meat to me there. So obviously the reason I need to head up this way is I need to swing up to 10 Pines Bluff and turn in the quest with those lads. To be honest, I do wish like when they actually put survival mode out of beta properly, that what they do is they kind of tweak some of the quest turning in. Because like having to go back to 10 Pines Bluff to turn in the quest is not an issue in the normal mode. In survival mode it's just a little bit of a faff because I don't need to go to 10 Pines Bluff to get the quest, Corvega to solve it, 10 Pines Bluff to turn it in, and then back to Preston to kind of turn it in a second time, which is a little bit annoying. And I wish they kind of come up with something a little bit more streamlined. But hopefully, by the time this rolls out to all users on PC and console, they will have come up with a way of slightly streamlining things. And here's our guy. Hello.
You find those raiders?
Yep, and they're very, very dead.
Yeah, I kicked their asses for you.
No kidding? That's the best piece of news we've had around here for a good long time.
So that there is the settler taken care of. Very, very nice. Before we leave here, however, we've got to very quickly deal with this whole situation. Because right now this place has food and water, but no defense, meaning it could run into some trouble. That means I need to very quickly harvest some trees just to get some wood going up, just to build these guys some very basic defenses. Nice triple guard tower there, looking out, well actually, we're looking out in the right direction. Looking out down the cliff at bloody the boomers down there who are very much problematic. Now, one more thing to do. Simply take one of you, I think it shall be you, and assign him to the middle one. And then that will go up to 2, 4, and then 6. Lovely, the resource is now assigned, meaning here's... Oh, flip. You've still got too much bloody food. Alright, hang on. There we are. I've just put some potatoes into the workshop, and that now means, yes, that their food is 3, their water is 3, the number of people is 2, so they're still both perfectly happy, but they've got more than enough defense to hold. Those things do not work well on slopes, do they? Never mind, that will be fine, thank you. Thanks to the fact that they are now working for me. Well, one, I can do some cooking, though. I think I could have done that anyway. Let's just quickly bake this meat together, because that'll get rid of some weight. Mongrel dog meats are spectacular, by the way. Every time I kill a dog, I get 2 mongrel dog meat, and it only takes 1 mongrel dog meat to make a mutt chop, which is 40 HP each, so that's actually really good. And as this is my settlement, I can sleep here. I need to, well, this isn't a proper bed, so I'll only sleep for an hour. I'll need to get some proper sleep later. Yes, I know I'm tired from lack of sleep. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. Now, at this point, we should be able to head due... Oh, no, we can't really head due west. We can't head directly due west due to the risk of the mongrels in the valley, which I still don't really want to be dealing with. Let's go take care of the rad roaches in here as well, just in case we get the odd legendary spawn. 1 rad roach. Nope, no legendary. We still haven't run into a... Well, I ran into 1 legendary in Cambridge, but then they burrowed away and I had no way of finding them. So, yeah, we've still effectively had 0 legendaries this entire game, which is kind of unusual. I really would have expected we'd have started seeing some legendaries by now, but never mind. Oh, hello. Uh-oh, what's this? Bloodbug hatchlings? Oh, I can handle hatchlings. Hatchlings is fine. Okay, not that many, though. Not that many. Go, go, go. Back to the settlement. Back to the settlement. There were more bloodbug hatchlings than I was expecting. I found a scavenger. The highlighted in red. I think I'm just going to take the shot. Sorry, you may be completely harmless. But you're going to go down just in case you're not. This is my shack now. Get myself Borbov's best moonshine up here. Don't even know what that is. Max HP up 25, intelligence -1, strength and charisma +1. Alright, just a type of alcohol, just a bit unusual. Alright, pretty cool. You cannot sleep in an owned bed. I'm gonna be honest, game, I kind of dealt with the owner. This has definitely been a good time to start heading home, by the way. You can see that the tiredness is starting to set in, and all I can do to fend that off is Nuka-Cola or other forms of caffeinated things. Really, I just need to go and have a proper sleep in a proper bed. And though it's a grim old, well, middle of the night, very, very early morning, it is good to be back home at Fortress Sanctuary. Absolutely beautiful. Magnificent, in fact. Oh, glad to be back. Past the reassuring wall and all of these lovely turrets here. Very nice. Now, where the hell has Preston got himself? He's, what, 35 meters at... Preston? Preston, what are you doing over there in the lake? Right. Preston's just... The hell is he doing? Has the wall I built somehow completely messed up his pathing? Because Preston... Maybe he saw a mongrel. Maybe he saw a mongrel over here. And he decided to come and investigate. And now he's a bit stuck. Well, that's fine. I never wanted you to be part of this settlement. Congratulations, you're now banned forever. Preston.
You know that settlement you sent me to help? They've decided to join the Minutemen.
That's great news. I knew you were the right person for the job. By the way, you should have one of these flare guns. You can use it to signal for help from any nearby Minutemen.
No, don't give me more things to carry. Oh my goodness, I'm actually taking damage during this conversation because I'm over encumbered because he gave me the bloody flare gun. Okay, it is a brand new day. I feel rested from some sleep, which is lovely. I'm a bit thirsty, of course, but thanks to that trick that we discussed last time, I can just pop straight over to this lovely here thing. Yep, got ourselves a water pump right here. And I'm now properly hydrated. Though I am just pumping it, apparently I am just sort of like drinking it at the same time. So, free water, completely risk-free. Definitely worth having. Meanwhile, while I've been away, 11 purified waters have been gathered into this lovely place. Excellent, topping up my water supplies. And I can convert a few bottles that I picked up and that were stored in the workshop. I can convert these straight into more purified water, so I now have a very healthy amount of water. The folks at Finch Farm need some help. Oh, I'm sure I'll get to that soon. Oh, Finch Farm. Oh, I know which one that is. That's the bloody farm with the... Yeah, the flame people, the fiery people, the people who give you the shish kebab but have their leader in power armor, and that's no, not helping them. Sorry. Definitely not happening. And a couple of bits of food that I picked up as I was going along gets me up to well-fed as well. So, relatively risk-free water. Water is now perfectly risk-free. Food is just a case of doing enough hunting. You know, once you've got the magazine for double meat, you should have plenty of, like, mutt chops and so forth. Hunting just a few wild mongrels for meat is a very good strategy. Now, let's talk about the plan for this character. You've probably been noticed I've been kind of hoarding level ups. Yeah, I did that a bit intentionally because I kind of wanted to discuss that right now. You see, the thing is, I've got a bit of a problem. Which is right now, I've put all my junk away, and I'm still at 199 out of 210 weight. Quite frankly, I cannot hold all of the weight of all of the stuff that I actually want to be using. Now, what I will say is, the direction I've taken my character is not fundamentally a bad one. Rifleman is good. Rifleman gets you very powerful shotguns. That is very, very good. Rifleman gets you the good laser musket. The laser musket is very, very good as well. But unfortunately, we have a problem, which is they weigh too much. I can't carry all of my guns around, which means I'd like to slightly respec my character at this point to focus on something else instead. Which is I've decided I'm going to put a perk into Gunslinger. I'm going to use pistols as a secondary weapon type. Now, this probably feels a bit odd, because pistols in the main game of Fallout 4 don't have much purpose. Basically, they do much the same things as rifles, except they're never as powerful. A rifle is always more powerful than a pistol. But a very powerful rifle can easily weigh 15. A very powerful pistol can weigh as little as 3 to 5. Now, there's other advantages to pistols as well. Pistols, of course, are very VATS efficient. You can get a lot of shots off in VATS, so you get more VATS defense out of them. They also sync up very well with gun fu, which we will eventually be going for, because you get more shots at more targets while using a pistol. Some of the very, very powerful unique guns in the game that we'll be getting relatively easily are pistols, and just the weight issue. It's just the weight. All in all, I think this is actually a sensible direction to take this character. So, we will be taking a point of Gunslinger. So I could now do 40% damage and have increased range. Is that what I wanted? You know what? Let's do it. Let's go in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's go Gunslinger up to level 2. Gunslinger also unlocks relatively early. You'll notice that we can get Gunslinger 3 at level 15 and 27 for 4. Compare that to Rifleman, where it's 18 for level 3 and 31 for 4. So guns kind of get powerful a little bit more early. The other thing about guns I was thinking about is, while guns may not be quite as powerful as rifles, if you think about it, given that this character with high luck and high agility is going to be using VATS an awful lot, because you're getting more shots in VATS, you're building your critical meter faster. Guns give you a high number of criticals, and my criticals are very, very powerful indeed. Even though guns may not be quite as powerful as Rifleman, because you're getting more criticals, it probably more or less balances out. Now let's see what that's going to mean to what I'm actually carrying around with me. So I've made some tweaks, and I've got my weight down to 160, much, much more favourable. And this is my proposed new loadout to do it. So I'm keeping the shotgun, and I'm keeping the scoped powerful hunting rifle. And I've also kept Righteous Authority, of course. But I propose that, unfortunately, the combat rifle is a little bit too heavy, so instead what I want to do is turn the short pipe revolver rifle that we got out of the Museum of Freedom, and we turn it into a revolver pistol. My scope powerful hunting rifle deserves an upgrade, as that's going to be my primary sniping weapon for the moment, to become a powerful sniper rifle by putting a long light barrel on her, so range goes up quite significantly. The problem we have for the rest of it, unfortunately, is a real lack of screws. We are really lacking screws at the moment, because I haven't taken Scrapper, and I haven't actually been gathering that many guns at all. Even though this is, you know, probably a worse loadout than what I just had, at the bare minimum, I've actually got some spare inventory, so I can start gathering stuff to improve this sort of thing. I would actually, ultimately, like to take Right's Authority and make it into a pistol. a sharpshooter's grip will actually get that to be weighing a little bit less. But more importantly than that, like when you've got a lucky weapon where your critical shots are doing double damage and your critical meter is filling 15% faster, having that as a pistol makes an awful lot of sense. Because if that's a pistol, then it's getting more shots off and it's building those all-important criticals faster. But for the moment, Righteous Authority just became our main weapon. So these 5 are going to be what I'm carrying around with me. And I know it's weird to just be travelling around with only 5 weapons, but that is what we're stuck with. So, with Righteous Authority in hand, we were, of course, instructed to go and set up a new settlement over at, what's it called? The Starlight Drive-In. We may as well go and do that. That will be nice and easy and close by. Alright, coming up on her now. There should be mole rats somewhere around. Question is, where are they? Vats hasn't identified them just yet. Parched from a lack of water. I'm sure that will be fine. We can fix that in a moment. Yeah, see the bottle cap mine? There we are. There's some of those guys. Now we got ourselves a nice 10mm pistol we can sort out here. Oh, actually, I'm a little bit concerned by how many there are. Well, not that. Oh, and apparently not. Okay, I heard a thing happening. Alright, I heard a thing happening. Alright, fine. Apparently things are possibly a little bit worse than I'm thinking they are. Yep, okay, yep. Good luck dealing with Righteous Authority, lads. Oh, look how fast this thing is filling up the critical meter now. Oh, yeah. Just one mole rat left by the looks of it. A mole rat that decided he couldn't be bothered to deal with all his friends. May as well charge forward. We almost certainly won't get a shot at. Actually, we mysteriously will. Yeah, sure, why not? Take it. Dead. Sneak attack critical. That should be the Morris. Oh, avoid the thing. Avoid the bloody thing. There we are. All done. Lovely. Some beautiful mole rats dead. Head round to here, and this might not be a bad settlement. There's actually water here and everything. Okay. This could be intriguing. I mean, we've got plenty of raw materials here. This could kind of work, actually. Get some, yeah, we got plenty of wood, plenty of metal. I've never really paid too much attention to this settlement before, but we'd have enough here to get us start at least. Can't break this woman down for bone for whatever reason, even though I really feel like we ought to be able to. Quick dose of Rad-X here, and we'll be able to get rid of most, well, bit of the rads there. Oh, flip, right, okay. Clearing out these rads is going to take some bloody rads of my own, unfortunately. Yes, I know, I'm going to take a lot of rads from doing this, but I'd like to clear out this here water supply. There we go, that should do it. There we are. Radioactive barrels taken care of. Mannequin also taken care of. Random traffic cone also taken care of. Lovely. I can only kind of assume that as far as the game's concerned, there's like a natural spring or something popping up here. Because the game basically says as far as it's concerned, that is an infinite source of water, that little tiny trickly puddle in the middle of this area. This is particularly painful because I could already at any point have created a bed and saved in it. Okay, this time with a bloody save dropped. Let's clear out this place because I believe that there can be a rad roach that spawns in the back room before we go any further. In fact, I've encountered him as a legendary before, so I'd like to hope he might be a legendary. I could really do with a bloody legendary. We've made it far too far into this game without a bloody legendary showing up. There you go, here he is. No, just a bloody normal one. Where the hell are the legendaries? I'm on flipping survival mode, I need them. So we got the materials here to be building multiple water purifiers. Works for me. Alright, there we are. Some money received, settlement beacon set up. I think we're not done with this place yet. I think there's plenty more we could do yet. Now, it may not look like much, just Starlight here together with a couple of heavy-duty water purifiers, a little puddle of water in the middle, and over there is a very small Tato farm. However, I'm considering the very real possibility that I might actually move some people out to support this here settlement. Because though it is crappy, and it is really, really crappy, there is not honestly going to be much need for me to be visiting Sanctuary for too much longer. At some point I will gain the ability to build my own workstations and so forth, and when I build those, I'll be able to build those in new settlements as we move further south. Starlight Driving could well be a good starting point for a bit of a forward base, because at the bare minimum, I don't really want Preston Garvey, at least, to be too far out of the way. I don't want him up in this corner of the map, because honestly, there's not much point me going to visit him at all. I'd rather he was somewhere a little bit more accessible, and this here is at least somewhat accessible. So I'm going to nip back to Sanctuary now, and then I think we're actually going to begin our first little migration further south to Starlight. But let it never be said that I break my promises to my settlers. I told them that there was going to be a wall to keep out the ghouls of Lexington, and we built the wall, and who paid for the wall? Lexington. And Preston Garvey is being transferred over to the Starlight Drive-In. And with a whole bunch of materials to hand and Preston Garvey already on his way, I'm heading back over to our new settlement over at Starlight Drive-In, our new forward base. I've flipping caught up with Preston Garvey already, bloody hell. Well, it's not much, ladies and gentlemen, but it's a start. I've thrown up a few starter homes, each with their own beds, so everyone feels like they've got their own place to be. Preston Garvey is migrated here, which is convenient, so if I need to speak to him or get any quests from him or whatever, he is right here as well. This will now be a good source of water, of course. Those water purifiers will just kind of casually be churning out water. 12 purified waters have shown up just at the time that I have been building this here town. Very, very convenient indeed. And together with our little Tato crop over there, which I'm sure we will add to over time, there will be plenty of opportunity for this to become at least a workable settlement. We've got some defences set up at the front, enough to dissuade people for now. And if the gunners do decide to come down from the hill over there, they'll have no choice because they can't get past the wall. They're coming around the front, where at the bare minimum we'll have them in a nice choke point, and that turret will keep them busy while I can just toss some Molotovs and grenades at them. So I think we are okay for the minute. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's more than enough for now. With a new forward base established here, next time we will be cracking south towards Diamond City itself. And we will actually get to Diamond City this time. I actually have a plan. We've got a couple of things that we need to go and get in the city itself. And I want to go and get them sooner rather than later. So, Diamond City and Boston itself coming up next time, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd. This has been Fallout 4 Survival Mode. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Just got to weaken the base of this a little bit more. Yes! Yes! Good news, I'm protecting you! Alex Mason, the man who can literally run as fast as a speeding truck. This game is basically just badasses don't look at explosions the game, isn't it? Oh!